The American dream is big enough for everyone, for people of all races and religions, for men and women, for immigrants, for LGBT people, and people with disabilities, for everyone.
It takes only one person to make this world a better place. Let's hear some final words from our first panel, and I hope that they inspire you to do the same.
So how as women can we move forward with this and try to, keep an optimism, I think, because it's so easy to get so down about it and get depressed. I think so many people I know have gone through a level of depression, and it's lasted from the election up through, the inauguration and going forward. We have to find a way to move forward and keep something new every day that comes up about things that he's done or people he's, bringing to his cabinet. It's very upsetting. So how are you going to keep positive and be doing things that we know are going to help?
No, I struggled with this so much because right after the election, as someone who's really in the feminist community and really into this stuff, all of my friends were like, Laura, what are we, what's next? Meanwhile, I'm doing that to all my fellow kind of mentors. So I think we were all lost for a second. And then I think we're starting to come together and we're starting to unify, and that's really important. And I think that that's really powerful. In terms of staying positive, though, I have a hard time with this, too. I think there's a spectrum. I think that there are those people that say I'm going to do a media blackout. I'm not going to look at the media. I'm not going to deal with any of this stuff. And to me, I think that's a very privileged position. Yeah. If you can avoid the media and not look at anything because you're that unaffected by what's going to happen, that's not cool to me. That's not cool to other people. And so I think you have to find a balance between self-care and staying educated. And I'm still struggling with that space. I'm not sure where the appropriate place is, because I don't want to be hella privileged and just ignore all the news, but I also can't take it every day. I get, it affects me. It makes me really sad. And so I think finding the kind of distance that works for you between education and taking care of yourself is really important.
Yeah, I think it's been different stages. So we thought Hillary was going to get elected. So when she wasn't, that was the first stage of grief. And actually no, I'll go back. So
such a grieving process.
when he was a candidate, when he was just a candidate, and then when he was elected, that was another stage. And then I keep telling myself, I'm gonna slow down on the news and step back for a little bit after this happens. So I'm after the first day, after the first week, all these markers happen, and now it's kind of okay, the first month is really important in the presidency. I want to see what happens. Now it's on this next thing. And
you're now first 100 days.
Now 100 days. Because there's a lot at stake, and there's a lot of things happening really fast because the GOP has control. So because they have so much control, everything's moving really fast. Everything that's happening is super scary.
There's never been so much hate or disgust towards a president like this before. I think this is something new, and I don't think we know what to do because we haven't really been in this situation.
Yeah.
It's crazy, or especially our generation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's elements that we've seen before, but not the entire situation. As it is.
Yeah. And then, and also, like you were saying in the past, we weren't able to get so much information about the presidents like we are now. Mm-hmm. And so now that we have that, it's just it's I don't know, it makes us feel in disgust. Okay, so now that we have all this information, how is this even possible that he's even able to be in this position right now?
He's been compared to Hitler over and over, and his tactics and mind control and kind of this brainwashing, very vague, that. I think there's a reason and a tactic behind him being so vague, and that is that, in that vagueness, he doesn't have to be held accountable for anything, and he can do whatever he wants to do, and that's kind of a mind control thing.
It is. He's very manipulative and very persuasive in the way that he does what he does or says what he says. It's that's what's crazy. And that's mind control. Yeah. When you say very little and then there's not much that people can nitpick, that's another way that, and then Hillary was saying so much and people were nitpicking and everything. It was weird because I thought that she's saying substance though, you guys, but it worked against her. It was weird. Like, he was able to just pick one thing from that and just keep talking about it. Emails. And it literally just, like, buried her. And, like, it was weird. I'm like, but he's not saying anything. He's acting like a child. Emails.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's with the emails. No, but, like, have you ever met someone who's, like, very charismatic and you leave and you're like, wow, like, they're so cool. And then you really think about it and you're like, what did you really learn about that person? Not much, right? Like,
they probably talked about themselves the whole time.
There are those people, but they don't tell you a lot. Like, you don't really get to know them. And, like, that's kind of that whole thing. Not that he's charismatic, but...
Or cool.
Yeah. That's kind of a
enough
manipulative
to a certain amount of people that
thing.
say, okay, well, I'm going to ignore all these terrible things that he's saying otherwise or have done or, things like that, which is exactly in, World War II, people knew things that were happening were bad, and they still believed in him and still trusted Hitler.
Controlled.
Yes. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so to sum it up, you guys have any closing thoughts or anything like that you want to say?
Stay positive. Keep supporting, women movements, anything that's happening in your community. Just be a part of that movement by doing anything that you can possible. Get out there, get to the rallies or the events or anything, or start your own and find the people that will support you, because we will. If I find out, I'm coming. Just keep it going.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's really important to stay really active and really energized. We have a really long road ahead of us, so I hope that it doesn't stop at the march. I hope that this energy keeps going and this momentum keeps going. I'm pretty sure it's the Women's March that has put out like 100 Days of Action, which I think we should all check out and be a part of. I think that'd be really amazing if we could all do something each day. This Thursday is writing a postcard to someone, so do that. And yeah, connect with everyone. Don't just sit at home behind your computer. We are very strong behind our computers, but we're also even stronger when we get out in front of them and talk with people face to face. So do that. And yeah, we got you.
Yeah, go to swingleft.org and sisterdistrict.com, because in 2 years there is going to be another Senate election, and all these people have to be reelected. So the most important thing really is to get the Senate back on our side, which is the Democratic side, I assume all of you. So go to those websites. That's one of the things you can do. Stay active. Be really talkative with your friends, with your family. Keep up the fight. Don't be afraid to be an activist. And there's hopefully going to be a way for you to reach out to us. Reach out to us on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. And we're all here to support you and do this thing together.
Yes.
Trish?
Oh, do I have to do it too? I think it's fine. Support candidates that support you and the rights and the things and the values that you have. Look them up, see where they voted, see who gives them money, see who supports them, what organizations give them money, what corporations give them money. Vote for Tammy Baldwin, give Tammy Baldwin money. She needs to win again in 2 years, and she's a badass lesbian senator from Wisconsin, and she really works hard for her people and women. And definitely give your time if you can't give money, and volunteer places that support the same things that you do, and make sure that you are giving your time and energy also to things outside of just yourself, but that align with your values.
Yes.
So well.
Great advice. Yes, you did.
Thanks, guys. Here, Rocco, you know what to do.
On our next episode of Nasty Women Talk Back, we're going to hear from a brand new panel and a brand new set of issues. Tune in on Thursday to find out more.